Okay guys, so I have this pot here where I have a cucumber plant growing already. This is the one where I harvested that cucumber and I ate it, my last episode. But what I'm going to do here in this pot, I put some leaves in the pot here in order to act as mulch because it's very hot these days. So what I'm going to do is just simply stick a cucumber seed in it here so that another plant can come up. Right? So that's all I'm going to do. Just going to do that and leave that for it to eventually come up. Okay, so I have this pot here, and what I've decided to do is plant some radishes in this pot. So radishes, their roots are very shallow. So you can plant them in containers, and so seeing that I have this container available, I am just going to plant some radishes in probably a couple of containers. I have another container that is this size, so I also put some radishes in that as well. All right, what I'll do is put a little bit of fresh soil on top of this, and then I'll put my seeds. All right, so I have the soil here. So we have some seeds. I'm going to put the seeds in. So I'm just going to, wait, hold on. Let me just kind of flatten out the surface here. Make it a little easier for me to put the seeds down, okay? Okay, so put seed here. Yeah, I think that should be enough for this pot. So what I'm going to do is just push it down a little bit. Okay. All right, I think that's it. I think I covered up everybody. So I'm just going to use this to seal it in. All right, so we're just going to leave this to germinate. Of course, we're going to mist it now with some water, okay? Okay, guys, so these are the cabbages here in my hydroponic system. Unfortunately, I have an aphid infestation on my cabbages. This is the first time that I've had an aphid infestation taking over my produce in my hydroponic system. So I did try spraying some neem oil on some of them, which it did help to kill some of them, but they obviously went to the others, and so you know they multiply very quickly. So for example, if you look here, you can see there's a host of aphids here. So as a result, what I'm going to do, even though my heads are not big, I will eventually, I'm going to harvest all my cabbage heads early and just start afresh, you know. I'm just going to use this off because to battle this infestation, it's going to be too much. So I'm just going to harvest them early and clean out the system and start fresh again. I have this cabbage head, so I'm just going to use this, even though it is young and it is small, because this infestation is just going to get worse. So I need to clear it out by getting rid of the plants and just using my organic cabbages as is. Okay guys, so my cucumber plants here, I'm going to transplant them now into my bigger pots. Still I just have one jalapeno here that has germinated. We have a bell pepper here that I have here as well, but these other pepper plants have not germinated as yet. So I'm hoping that they would, but I'm not seeing any progress so far. Here my Chinese cabbage, they have germinated, except this one. This one and this one, oh actually 1, 2, 3 have not germinated, but all the others have germinated. So these two, I'm going to transplant them now into pots, bigger pots. Using these leaves, these dried leaves that fell off the tree as mulch is really helping to retain the moisture in the pot. I have some fertilizer that I'm going to sprinkle around this and just turn up the soil a little bit. So let me get that. This is just some plant food granules for tomatoes and vegetables. So I'm just going to put some in here just to give it a little extra nutrients. I have been watering it with a fish fertilizer. Alright, so now it's in its new home. That's one. Trying to cover it back with the leaves. Alright, there you go. So one is in its new home. Now we're going to put this one in its new home now. Put it on this side. In case you're wondering why I'm putting it to the edge, it's because I'm thinking in case I want to put another plant in, I can have them share. So that's why I'm putting it more to the edge, in case I want to put another plant in. I guess I could stay like that, whatever. Over you back. Alright, so this tomato plant here, I'm just going to tie it up. So because as it's getting taller, the top part is leaning, so I'm just going to put a tie to secure it. Yeah. Right, and then I have another one here as well. This one here, this one could be, I need to tie it up as well, a little higher. So let's do that. Okay, like this. Right. And then we also have this one here too, this one. We need to secure that as well. So we have secured that. Now I have some peppers here as well that I did tie onto stakes to help support it. I probably won't put a tie on. I will let it get a little bigger and then I'll see what I'll have to do if I need to tie it up. Over here, I do have some more tomato plants that need for me to secure it higher up, so let me work on that as well. So for example, this one here, I'm just going to bring it up higher. Right, so we're going to secure it at this point, like this. Alright, and I'm going to do the rest. Okay guys, so let's do a little garden update. So this is my parsley here. We have our spring onions here. So I've been harvesting from it, as you can see. Here I put some cilantro seeds to germinate. So you can see some of them have germinated. I have more spring onions here, spring onions here. This is some lettuce seeds that I put here to germinate. This is romaine lettuce. And this is some more romaine lettuce that I have here. I've been harvesting from this for a while. This is my arugula, but it's pretty old now. I have been harvesting from it, but as you can see, it's pretty, the leaves are pretty tough, so it's pretty old now. Okay, so over here, these are peppers. So one of them have germinated here, and I noticed another one germinated here. These have not germinated. This is my Chinese cabbage. So I'm going to wait for them to get a little bigger before I transplant it into some big pots. This is a jalapeno pepper here, and this is a, I think this, I'm not sure what type of pepper this is, but anyway, this one here I am going to transplant it now into a bigger pot. And these others have not germinated. Okay guys, so this is some arugula that I have planted here. As you can see, it's getting big. I think I need to harvest some of the leaves now. I think I'm going to do that now. Okay, so we have some arugula here. Here I have, this is bok choy. I will probably harvest this bok choy soon, in order to make like a soup, either to make a soup or just to eat it raw as a salad. As you can see, my basil has started to flower, so the hummingbirds are coming for it. Now this collard green is getting huge. I probably need to pick some of the leaves. Here we have the cucumber plants. Remember, we transplanted them into the pots. Well, as you can see, they're getting big. So I'm going to have to try to help it to start to run on this lattice here by training the tendrils. Okay, so we have the cucumber getting big. This one here doesn't look so good. This is bush beans here. I don't think it has any bush bean on it. All right, so let's look over here now. Here we have some purple cabbages. Purple cabbages are getting big. This is purslane that is next to it. Our tomato trees on this side, as you can see, they're getting big. I have to tie them up higher now. I have to tie these up because, as you can see, they're getting big. This is the radishes. Let's move this. This is the radishes here. As you can see, they're growing. See this? You see here? The tomato. We have to tie up this tomato. This is a view of the tomatoes there. Over here, we have the kale. This is a sweet pepper plant here. This is another sweet pepper plant here. And these are the other tomatoes. And as you can see, we have tomatoes on them. Okay. So we have some tomatoes. You can see in the back there. You can see in the back there. You can see over here. We have some tomatoes. Yeah. So this is the progress of the tomatoes. right? And then here I have some younger tomatoes on this side as well, coming up. The eggplant is getting big, my rosemary is getting big, my sage is also getting big. I have basil planted next to the tomatoes. See some more tomatoes here. You can get that. There you go. Some tomatoes. We have some more tomatoes here. Yeah, so that's the progress, guys, of the garden so far. All right, so let's work on transplanting that pepper plant into a bigger pot. Okay, so I've decided I'll put I think this is a jalapeno pepper. I'm going to put it in this same pot that I had this cucumber, because this cucumber doesn't look so good. So I'm going to put this jalapeno in here with it. So in case this dies, I have something else growing in the pot. Okay? I have leaves in this pot here to help to keep the soil moist, you know, with the heat. We don't want the soil to dry out the surface, so by covering it with leaves, sort of like using the leaves as mulch for it. Okay.